NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
All right, I knew I forgot to ask a question when we sat with the coaches about just how aggressive will you be bringing a ball out of the end zone, and what's the green light for your returner? In this case, it should have been a red light. Should have stayed in the end zone. Terrible field position to start this drive.
Throwing to start here is Tua. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Jonathan Grenard collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. To try again after the sack. Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. The Dolphins hit 3-7 now in the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell. They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From just shy of midfield, Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Texas 34-yard line.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Back to the running game with Mostert. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And some room to work. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 40 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run the draw with Mostert. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
We're scoreless after 1. Ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time. He's got a man complete. A huge play there for Houston, and even 40 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Mills on 1st down. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run here with Pierce. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Once more, it's Pierce. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the one. This drive started way back inside their own 5. Now they're looking for the capper. 3rd and goal. Here's Pierce. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. 4th down, Mills. Touchdown, Texans. John Mechie with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year.
Trucks over him, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Shifts by him. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now a give to Mostert running right. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest.
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle from 21 yards away. And the Dolphins are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He's at the 40, past the 20. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Texans.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points. While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Pierce gets this one running right. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half. Yeah. Touchdown, Texans! Brevin Jordan from 21 yards away. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them?
I was going to ask if maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
22 yards there, a first down.
Here we go. Here we go. That's good. Dolphins. First down.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Hey, check nigga. 56-yard line. Right, 60.
On play action, here's Tua. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Texans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 27. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Quickly out wide to Mechie. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Repeated the last play, going to Mechie here. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Tua. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone. You think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Mills. This ball caught by Mechie. 30, the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Mills to throw it. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll run for it with Pierce. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like that.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 42 yards. And the Dolphins strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
I don't think there's any great secret or mystery here. If we're in the 4th quarter, you've got to take that shot, especially since you're down on the scoreboard. But I have to understand what was going on defensively. They've got to know that as well, don't they?
Absolutely, but they look lost defensively, and they took that shot down to the end zone. Now in position here to take the lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him. First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
Another carry for Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On second down, here's Pierce. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Pierce now up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. Haven't had that poor defensive line. They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. So now a big play here as the Dolphins will go for the 2. To throw is Tua. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Steven Nelson.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
And they'll go right back to Pierce. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Give left side for Pierce. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Hand off right side to Pierce. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Now Tagovailoa on the move to his left. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now